Tommy Robinson. The film is what's happening to whistleblowers everywhere. As I said, the weaponization of the courts and lawfare being used as a weapon to suppress and silence people, which is what I've experienced the whole of my time, but I wanted everyone else to see it. And the film showed them that. And off the back of that film, as soon as I went to jail, it became very apparent quick from the mail I was receiving that it's had the adverse effect for what they hoped.
You know, I remember when you were going to court for your sentencing and you pled guilty. You basically said, yes, I did. I'm not going to deny.
Ezra, do you know how pissed off? £84,000 was handed to those lawyers. Right? So we prepared to fight the case. So we prepared to fight the case.
We crowdfunded that.
We crowdfunded and we're ready to fight the case. It hurt me the whole time I was sitting in there. So we crowdfunded to fight the case. So I land back into the UK and I know I've got a warrant out but from the High Court. So I land and they don't arrest me. So I say to my solicitor the next day, you need to ring them, I want to hand myself in because I can see what they're going to do here, yeah? We had the big rally on the Saturday. So she contacts the High Court and says, is there a warrant out? He wants to hand himself in. The judge says, no, there's not, yeah? So the judge says no, okay? I go to answer bail for something else on the Friday at 1 o'clock. At 11 a.m. in the morning, the judge activated the warrant. So after saying there's not one, he activates it at 11 a.m. I go to answer bail at 1 a.m. I'm arrested. There's no chance for bail. So I was arrested to make sure I missed the demonstration on Saturday. Now that is the judge making a political decision. Because if I've got a warrant, I should be arrested. He held the warrant. So then the lawyers come down to see me. And do you know, I pled guilty. Anyone can watch what I pled guilty to. I pled guilty to the film going out in America. Yeah, I have evidence. I have video evidence from when the American journalists knocked on my mum and dad's door, because they videoed it, like they videoed everything, yeah? When they knocked on my mum and dad's door, that they had come into possession of the film and they were playing the film, yeah? So I was ready to fight not guilty. Also, the fact that the judge, Justice Nicklin, he didn't have me in court because he said he had COVID, yeah? He didn't want to give out the verdict, so he said he had COVID. Then he emailed me the injunction. Now, email of an injunction doesn't constitute service. So I'd never had the injunction because they're supposed to use a service presider and have a stamp to say I've been. So we had a technicality argument to fight. But when I got down to when the KC come to see me, I was in Felixstowe Police Station. I said, you know what? Because they kept saying if I apologise. I said, A, I don't want to apologise. And B, I want to own it. I said, I'm sitting here now. I don't want to get off on a technicality. I don't want to get off on a technicality. And I don't want to fight and argue. Say I won. Say I did win. If I did win, the world would not have seen that film. So the world would not have seen that film. So I said, okay, I'll plead guilty to every single bit of it, but I want to own it, that I'd done it for free speech. Yeah. But yeah.